I'm going to try and make this to be my first video vlog on YouTube. So, autism. I was diagnosed with high functioning autism some time ago, and well, it's made life just a little bit easier in some aspects. In others, it has made it extremely difficult. I'll take an option. Let's give you a little example here. A bakery that lives, a bakery near where I live, I was able to go in. I went in there. They didn't have a type of bread, but they had the ingredients, and they said they could make me a loaf of bread, particular type, if I ordered it the day before. So I'd go in there, whatever time, place the order. Sometimes they forget to make it. All well and true, fine. Inconvenience, but still I got used to that. And I planned ahead, so instead of ordering the day before I needed it, I'd order it 2 days. Here's the problem. After a while screwing up the orders, they started giving me 3 loaves instead of the 2 which I requested. Stop right there, just before anyone goes, what are you complaining about? Yes, I was receiving the loaf for free. The problem is I wasn't expecting it. And I got to the part where, well, am I going to get 3 or am I going to get 2 loaves when I order it this time? And it would throw me completely out of whack. What people don't understand, with myself, I mean, I don't, most people in my condition have, say, a carer or a family member or something. They live with someone. I don't. I don't have anyone that I can just go and ask a question to without fear of repercussion. And unfortunately, I got that fear of repercussion where I can say something to someone, they probably never want to talk to me again. I mean, I might have seen it as a harmless question, but then again, fun times. So anyway, it's surprising how I can get stressed over something so simple as just that bread incident. Before, I was having a lot of other stress issues, and while my stress level has come down because of certain changes, it still can get quite high. So, to make things easier to other people out there who don't understand, basically my brain, if I'm correctly understanding this from articles I've read on the internet, as long as everything's been true that I've been told and my diagnosis is correct, my brain functions differently to a normal person's. Say when I think, oh, I'm hungry, or I do a function, or whatever, different parts of my brain will fire up compared to, let's say, someone with normal neural pathways, whatever. So there's actually a big change in how I physically interact with the world, how my brain physically activates itself to do all sorts of movements. So that's the problem. That's the first thing that a lot of people should understand. I probably should have started with this before, but anyway. So my brain does work differently. When I was a kid, and I found that this with a few other people, with the group I've been going to, that some of them were also bullied in school. My belief is that the way kids work, all people who are pretty much the same, all grouped together in kids, and then when people like myself who can't fit in, it's basically, ooh, person that doesn't fit in. Now, if we didn't have any proper laws, or schools weren't properly looked at, or actually, which they aren't, I mean, bullying is quite common, and now it's only just starting to be looked at. When now it's getting dangerous when it's involving weapons. That's a little late. But as you can see, it's, to put it bluntly, you can't take 2 autistic people. I mean, both can be high functioning, can be just whatever classifications. It's not as simple as 1, 2 and 3. Everyone's not exactly the same. Everyone's always different, and this is quite a common thing I've found. A lot of Polytechnic didn't even get this with me. They made the assumption that a previous student they had was going to be exactly the same as me. Well, that proved wrong. So basically this video, this little blogs more about how it can be a real pain. Now, I personally find it easier in controlling my attitude, in controlling my the way I interact and everything, by being able to control my environment. So if I'm able to keep everything going smoothly and straight at home, it's fine, there's no problem. If something is knocked out of whack, it can have a real, I can have a real personality issue. So if something changes completely, I mean, when the bus system down here went from their old ticketing system to the new ticketing system, there was a period where I couldn't buy the tickets I used to. And that threw me out of whack completely. Now the new system's in, I'm all frustrated and worked up and thinking, well, am I going to be able to, is the amount of money I'm paying them at the moment going to last for a fortnight? I've been able to increase that by $10 with my employment agency, but I mean, getting to actual work is a problem because you can't get it, anyway. Oh, just starters, I'm not getting paid, and I'm only doing this because one, my family owns the business, and two, they need help out there, and it's the only work that I can actually get. Oh, and I'm not going to get into that whole employment thing with this, but social interaction issues, I can't simply just walk into a room and get all acquainted and everything with normal people. That can be extremely irritating. I've tried socialising. I mean, at Polytechnic, there was a huge issue going on at home which I couldn't get fixed, and it ended up spilling over into class. And when I eventually did calm down after a bit, things didn't go so well, and I ended up leaving, which was a real pain. It would have been nice when I was asked, well, there's another alternative to this. You can do it online, you can do it on another campus. And I agreed to the online part, and I agreed to the other campus thing. But for some reason they kept, the people I'd be talking to, like the teacher or the team leader there, they kept talking about it. They never said, oh, well, okay, you agree, so we'll move you on there. No, they just kept talking about it, so I was willing, but they weren't willing to listen. Anyway, Polytechnic Tasmania. So, you can guess by the jumble of things, I'm pretty much all over the place. That's another thing you need to understand. People say that, oh, you're random, or I've always been random. This is a real pain. My pain skills are shot. It all boils down to the fact that if I'm going to live a sane life, I need to have everything structured out and working fine. That's possible, that's doable. Now this is the big but. When some outside interference comes in and causes an issue and raffles everything up, even just tiny little things, it just blows me out of proportion. No one can understand that, and it's really funny. Anyway, to wrap it up again, it's always, if I want to keep myself calm and in control, I've got to make sure that one thing rolls over correctly and the other thing rolls over correctly. And yes, if something does, say, change the position of the wheel during the works, I'm able to reposition everything so it works out properly. It sort of works, but then again, sometimes you can't. And I'm trying. I'm really trying. But like I said before, since I don't have a carer, the psychiatrist was surprised that I didn't actually, I was living alone. When you're raised to look after yourself, it kind of sinks in after about a decade. So I've got that at least. But to control my behaviour and my attitude, I need to control my home environment. When I can't control my home environment, it just destroys me. Can anyone understand that? Anyway, I'm going to stop this now and put it up.